expected live, mostly because of Dave's twit to me. Sorry, X now. We were just talking about Night Watch because I posted earlier about Night Watch. What did I post? One thing Vines was learning fast was the natural vindictiveness of old ladies who had no sense of fair play when it came to fighting soldiers. Give a granny a spear and a hole to jab it through, and young men on the other side were in big trouble. And I read Pratchett quite a lot. I remember reading the last 3 Discworld books that Sir Terry wrote after, was he Sir Terry? My dad died, and I just wept my way through them. But hello, Sean. Sean, you and I are meant to be working on this t-shirt. Have you seen? Look in the merch channel on the Discord. We've got an assignment if we wish to take that mission. Otherwise, we'll burn it or something. So I love Night Watch. It is like a comfort blanket to me. So I read it quite often, and it makes me cry, and I think that's good. But the amazing David Wharton, said, I was at work when I first replied. Now I'm home, I can show you my hardback copy, which is very lovely. And I've got my Pratchetts too. So we've got Moving Pictures, which is Discworld taking on the film industry, the silver screen, the dark side of the sun. I don't actually remember this one. What's this one? As heir to a huge fortune, he had an excellent robot servant. That's got to be an early. Is that even a Discworld? I don't remember that at all. Crikey. This is one of my favourite books of all time. Bridge of Birds by Barry Hewitt, who sadly stopped writing books because of publishers and stuff. I've got Feet of Clay, I've got Hogfather, I've got Pyramids. This is another one of my favourite books. The Last Unicorn, Peter S. Beagle. And oh my God, Piers Anthony. I corresponded with Piers Anthony when I was younger because I'm such a big Piers Anthony fan. Oh, hey, Sergey. Hey, Life Glug. Is Night Watch the one where the police chief marries an upper-class woman? I think that's Guard's Life Glug. And Sean has got a stack of his books too. Oh, Sergey's got some Discworld on their wall. Pyramids. Oh, is Pyramids one of your favourites? Let's have a refresh. I think my favourites are always the ones with the grannies and the watch and Rincewind. So I quite often... Oh, crikey. This is a... For anyone interested, my friend Ed drew this because we were playing... Hola, Marcelo. We were playing Curse of Strahd, and he drew the Durst family as a prop for the game. How cool is that? What are we looking at? Pyramids. Here's my little Inquisitor mini that the amazing Historita Gemaldus got for me. Pyramids. Oh yes, Assassin's Guild stuff. Being trained by the Assassin's Guild in Ankh-Morpork did not fit Tepic for the task assigned to him by fate. He inherited the throne of the desert kingdom of Djelibelly rather earlier than he expected. His father wasn't too happy about it either, but that was only the beginning of his problems. And again, Josh Kirby, iconic artwork. Gorgeous. Hi from Ireland. Hello, Noel. Welcome. I get lots of new people. Please do a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We love new people. Hogfather comes out every Christmas. Of course, David Jason is in my mind when I read it now. Feet of Clay. Now, the problem with this bookshelf is, firstly, there's loads of little characters getting in the way. Is this Milo from Gaunt's Ghost? No. Look at this little guy. He's so cute. This is Milo from Gaunt's Ghosts. Hi, Auntie. Hey, nephew. I hope you're behaving yourself. Edipo, Skyap, to Jellybelly. Yes, hello, Tretus. I've got a friend called James Flowers, and he was at the Hate Gaming Club, and he sadly passed, but I got to keep one of the models from his collection. Oh, so gay. Sounds like a good ex. I've got a little dwarf. This is Fickle, my first ever D&D mini. My friend Martin painted her for me. And then I found out, yeah, that Martin moved away. I think I used to have a crush on Martin because he had a certain haircut. Anyway, yeah, I've got Fickle and I still use Fickle. I always play bards and she's got this very cool guitar, which I imagine would be an SG. I used to play another elf. Elves, Mr. Arbiter. And then I've got the little gamer Lego girl. But the problem with this bookshelf, apart from... Oh, my friend Scarlett wrote this book. She's amazing. That is her, Scarlett. I'd like to thank the Manchester Rifles. Yeah, it's my dream to study counselling. That's why that book is on this shelf. I'm going to look into that one day. Oh my God, these are some of the best books ever. Alan Gordon, probably out of print, but some of the best murder mysteries set in medieval times I've ever read. So yeah, so this is the problem. On this bookshelf, everything is like double stacked now. So I might have more Pratchetts down the back, but... Oh, look, there are my walking books. Anyway, I feel like this is a big reason why Historita Jamaldus. Oh my gosh, new flatmate is... Yeah, that was a very quick shower. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I've got a lovely new flatmate that shall be revealed at a certain point in time. So yeah, so Jim is always very keen for me to basically go through the bookshelves. So we'll do that properly at some point. Oh, here's my Citadel of Chaos, signed by, where is it? Tamira. Good luck, Ian Livingston. Poor Sir Ian, that was before I started hassling him on the regular and fangirling him for interviews. Yeah, so, yeah, thank you so much everybody who's following. It's lovely to see lots of new people. I love Pylons. I love that username. Rustum, do you have Venom? No, I don't have Venom. Are you talking about Venom, the movie? My friend Seek does a whole channel on Venom. And I think has even met actors and been on the sets and stuff. Do you like power towers? My favourite is the British L2 pylon design. I'll be honest, I'm of the generation that grew up with a very scary public announcement pylons, like Cautionary Tale, and it was two children from the 70s and one of them flew a kite and died because of a pylon, so not really a big fan. But there was also an 80s TV show called Tripods, and that made me scared of pylons as well. I don't think I've got a favourite, but probably would like the old traditional ones that stretch. Any pylon stretched across landscape in front of power station cooling towers gives me a happy feeling. Oh, which book will you listen to till you sleep? Hello, Edwin. Oh my God, hi from Finland. Oh my God, Piper, you're gonna love this. This might be a little bit assuming, but oh, here, look, one of my favourite writers is Tove Jansson from Finland, and another one of my favourite writers is Thomas Pirinen. I'm trying to help out a little bit on Trench Crusade, and also Piper the Sniper. The Moomins. I'm a big Moomin fan. Welcome from... David still wants to see the kitchen art. Here is my kitchen art. There you go. This is by Kit Williams, who's one of my favourite painters. He did a very famous treasure hunt book in the UK. And yeah, he's painted me. He has actually painted me and sold the picture of me. My nieces made me this. This is one of my niece's footprints. Yoda best, because I love baby Yoda. These are my Converse. Yeah, one of my favourite artists that my friend Maria helped me discover. And this is a really lovely piece of art by a German artist that reminds me of me and my brother and my dad. So, Don Lapdran, I don't understand what you said. Buried 6 feet deep. The shirt says Horace and Garviel and Tarek and Ezekiel and is for sale. Maybe in my YouTube or somewhere on my Redbubble. Oh dear. Thank you so much, Sean, for whatever you're doing in the chat. What happened to the previous flatmate? Moved to America. Hi from Oregon. Hello, Larry. Lovely to meet you. The chair building. We need to build another chair. No one else has sent me a free chair. Hello from Russia, Don. That's so funny because in order to like write something horrible, you have to subscribe and be a member for 20 minutes and then write something horrible. That's interesting. It's going to some effort. Ms. Lunatic Generic Words, God bless the USA. Garviel, I know. I'm not a performing monkey, but well, you remember, I may have done that. Not subbing needed. Oh gosh, maybe I need to fix that in the settings. Thank you. So, yeah, I would like to give this book away. It's called Isolation and it's a horror anthology. Oh, thank you, Michael Knight. I really enjoy your adventures with your talking car. Yeah, it's a horror anthology. I actually read it as part of a panel I was on where we were voting for best short story collections. I think it was a British Fantasy Society or something like this. But I am not a fan of horror. I don't like keeping books on horror in the house. But this is a great compilation, and I will read the introduction for you. And then if you'd like it, please write your name in the comments underneath, not in the live, in the comments underneath this video, and I'll send it to somebody. As I write this, I'm on my 8th day of self-isolation, our entire household having contracted COVID-19. The experience is one you might be familiar with. Over the last 2 years, as the coronavirus pandemic has spread across the globe, it's ironic that one of the defining communal experiences has been isolation. Just as I'm confined in my home, so are thousands of others across the country and across the globe, all of us alone in our bubbles together. Of course, horror has always been aware of the dangers of isolation. From the Overlook Hotel to the Nostromo, there are perils awaiting us when we drift too far from society's faint circle of light. We have an inbuilt fear of straying outside our communities, of setting foot in the dark woods, a fear that many thousands of years ago might have saved our lives. There is danger in the unknown, and the farther you stray into the wilderness, the less you know. In space, no one can hear you scream. More than that, the monsters that lurk on the shadowed fringes of society, the real danger comes from within. Humans are social animals, and away from the pack we start to lose our identity, question our reason, and eventually we lose our grip on reality. Ooh. The Overlook may have ghosts in its halls, but it's Jack Torrance that they prey upon as he slowly goes mad. As Jonathan Maberry says in his Sam Amura story, Lone Gunman, reprinted in this anthology, alone, though it's easier to be weaker, smaller, to be more intimate, alone, though it's easier to be weaker, smaller, to be more intimate with the pain and be owned by it. Isolation finds the cracks in our psyche and works its way insidiously inside. Isolation, the horror anthology, encompasses all of this and more. There are stories of madness and incarceration and the loneliness that comes from rejection or illness or being caught in an abusive relationship. There are apocalypse stories, including the New Tales of the World's End from Tim Lebbon and Lisa Tuttle, because what could be more lonely than a planet gone silent? And as you'd expect, there are monsters too, from vampires and zombies to serial killers and mad gods, all of them sniffing weakness in the isolated and the lonely, circling, waiting for the kill. Inevitably, COVID-19 rears its spiky head more than once. The pandemic has left scars on our collective psyche that will take years to heal. And some of these stories explore that loss and the solitude we have all felt at times. One of the stories, Ken Lee's Jaunt, is barely a horror story at all were it not for the shadow of fear and desperation that hangs over it as he imagines what the future might hold in the post-pandemic age. 3 days from now, my quarantine period will end, and I'll be able to step out of my front door once more into a world that sometimes feels like a pale imitation of the one we used to know. Hopefully, I'll be able to see family and friends again, regulations permitting. I'll be able to walk the streets of the town I live in, browse the shops, eat in the cafes. As John Donne wrote 400 years ago, no man is an island entire to himself. We all need community and social interaction if we are to thrive. How else can we keep the darkness at bay? So there are some really great stories in here. I really did enjoy reading it, but I know I won't read it again, and I don't want to have horror books in my house because I'm very feeble. So welcome, Mohammed. Yeah, I'm sorry that you can't get Kit into 40k, Michael. Aztec sounds very Lovecraftian. I'm sure there are some monsters in this. Yeah, the art is very good. Hello, Steve. Anyway, if anybody fancies that book, all they need to do is just make it known in the YouTube comments and we'll figure out a way and I'll send it to you. Yeah. And if you'd like to say thank you if you do receive the book, you could just give a sub or a like or a membership or a superfan thanks, and life will be good. That sounded really cool. Did one of those brush on DV though? Can be an area I find difficult. I hear that, Dave. I mean, I'm trying to remember specifically. Let's just see what the intro says again. Yeah, there's going to be a story on that, so steer clear of it, Dartharus. Okay, so it's very, very late and my poor new flatmate might be like, what is she doing? Because I thought she'd be in the bathroom for a lot longer. Anywho, really lovely to just jump on. Thank you so much, David, for inspiring me to come on and talk about my love for Terry Pratchett. And yeah, we should do more of these maybe. Okay, have a lovely, lovely evening, everybody. Sean, thank you for showing up and for modding. That's so kind of you. I really appreciate you. I have the best mod in the world. Okay, so good night, everybody. Yes,